Hi, it's me, Sue. I work for the Brentwood Schools Christian Worker Trust. Now today we've got another story about Moses. This time he's grown up.
Hello everybody, it's Anthea here. Moses grew up in Pharaoh's palace, learning the ways and the wisdom of the Egyptians. However, his heart was strangely with his own people, the Hebrews, and he would visit them and see how they were struggling under the fierce rule of the Egyptians. One day he saw an Egyptian beating one of his fellow Hebrews, and after looking round in all directions to make sure no one was watching, Moses killed the Egyptian and hid his body in the sand. Now when Pharaoh got to hear this, he was very cross and even tried to kill Moses as a punishment. This made Moses really frightened, and so he ran away from the palace and went to hide in a country called Midian. He worked there as a shepherd for a man named Jethro. He also married one of his 7 daughters, who was called Zipporah. And he looked after the sheep out in the hills in Midian and made sure that they had water to drink from the well. Years later, the king of Egypt died, but the Hebrews were still slaves and they cried out to God for help. God heard their groanings and he remembered his covenant promise to Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. He knew it was time to act and set his people free. One day Moses was tending the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian. He led the flock far into the wilderness and came to Sinai, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. Moses stared in amazement, for though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. "This is amazing," Moses said to himself. "Why isn't that bush burning up? I must go and see it." When the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, God called to him from the middle of the bush, "Moses, Moses." "Here I am," Moses replied. "Do not come any closer," the Lord warned. "Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." When Moses heard this, he covered his face because he was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord told him, "I have certainly seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries of distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I am aware of their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians and to lead them out of Egypt into their own fertile and spacious land. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people Israel out of Egypt." But Moses protested. "What if they won't believe me or listen to me? What if they say, 'The Lord never appeared to you'?" Then the Lord asked him, "What is that in your hand?" "A shepherd's staff," Moses replied. "Well, throw it down on the ground," the Lord told him. So Moses threw down the staff, and it turned into a snake. Moses jumped back. Then the Lord told him, "Reach out and grab its tail." So Moses reached out and grabbed it, and it turned back into a shepherd's staff in his hand. "Perform this sign," the Lord told him. "Then they will believe that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has really appeared to you." But Moses pleaded with the Lord, "Oh Lord, I'm not very good with words. I never have been. and I'm not now, even though you have spoken to me. I get tongue-tied and my words get tangled. Then the Lord asked Moses, "Who makes a person's mouth? Who decides whether people speak or do not speak, hear or do not hear, see or do not see? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, and I will be with you as you speak, and I will instruct you in what you say." But Moses again pleaded, "Oh Lord, please send anyone else." "All right," he said. "What about your brother, Aaron the Levite? I know he speaks well. And look, he's on his way to meet you now. Aaron will be your spokesperson to the people. He will be your mouthpiece, and you will stand in the place of God for him, telling him what to say. And take your shepherd's staff with you and use it to perform the miraculous signs that I have shown you." So that's all the story for now, and I can't wait to find out what happens next. Can you?
Thank you for telling us that story, Anthea. Who'd have thought that little baby found in the bulrushes would grow up to do all those things? I wonder how Moses felt when he heard God speaking to him. God gave Moses a really difficult task, but he did say that he would help him with it. I wonder, have you got any difficult task ahead that you need help with? Well, that's all for today. See you next time. Bye.